And back there she goes. Alright. Unplugged. I'll hand it to you over the bars. I'm not even gonna hide the fact that I need a drink of water. Like, I've been yelling. Okay. All on screen. Or on voice. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on voice. You just heard me drinking water. Or maybe you heard nothing. Maybe the mic doesn't pick it up. I don't care. I left it in. Cause I cut out all that stuff for you guys. But you had to hear me drinking water. You had to hear some of my pain going away. I did you a favor. Here you go. A 2-prong plug. Thanks. There we go. Combine this pieces of shit. Okay. Put the 2-prong plug onto the head of the power cable. This might be a running gag. These sessions, these groups of rooms seem to be shorter in general than the ones I was doing on my previous playthrough, but there's always something that I get stuck on. And it's nothing ever that's really smart, it's just kind of stupid. It fits perfectly. It should be just what we need. Maybe I just didn't click things in the right order. Who knows? Who cares? I have the thingy now, let's go do it, let's stop being pissy about it. But Mommy, I have a right to be pissy, right? It's a free country! Alright, I got the 2-prong power cable in my hand. Pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor, just crouch down, give Lotus an ample shot of my ass. Alright, that'll do it. Actually, from what I heard, if I remember correctly, Lotus's kid's about my age, which means she probably like had kids when she was like freaking 18, 19. Bad Lotus. Bad teenager. Actually, that kind of makes sense. If she has kids, it probably makes the most sense if she had them when she was a teenager. Sorry to say that, but she screams reckless, considering her outfit. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know until you try. Pretty optimistic. Hooray! Lotus is right, you were wrong. Should we push the button on the front of the monitor? Uh-oh. Switch mode time. For those who don't know, whenever there's a big story segment, I bust out the Xbox controller. It's more comfortable. But I can't use it during clickable segments for obvious reasons. It's not a clicker. With the style of comment turned on, streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. We had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this. Huh? It's actually working? So it would seem. Isn't that kind of weird? What? Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So why is it working? Maybe it's a wireless display. Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus. A wireless display? You know things. You know lots of things. Why do you know so many things? Oh, wait, no, never mind. You have kids. They're all into the technology. That's why you know. Okay, gotcha. Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly. Hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei? You most certainly have not, but is that normal? Yes, at least where I work. Where you work? Are you a tech head? No way! No way! What's with the getup? Are you a stripper at the tech head place? Knowing tech heads, they probably need all the strippers they can get. I'm sorry, I'm a tech head, so it's okay, right? I love technology. Who am I kidding? Everyone does at this point. But, like, actually works at technology-type places, I plan to work in a technology-type place. So, as they spoke, the lines of letters suddenly stopped and disappeared. The only thing left on the screen was the word pass, followed by a colon. It looks like we need to enter a password. Again? There must be a hint around here somewhere. Maybe it's the one Clover gave us, like, 10 hours ago. Could you go take a look? I already have it, I guarantee you. What are you gonna do? I'll see if I can do something about this on my own. Oh my gosh, you do something without me? Is that even possible? Lotus doing something on her own? Holy shit! Yep, on my own. Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it. Then, oh, you know what? She's a tech head. Actually, it kind of makes sense now that she never really was good at the physical labor. I'm not good at physical labor. I'm a tech kind of guy. I kind of get that. Okay. But if you actually do something here, you will redeem myself and the previous playthrough's eyes, because like I was starting to really hate on you for like never even trying. But you know, tech heads have their uses. There's stripper uses in your case. Like, what the fuck is up with that getup? Maybe it's just Japan. I don't know. Japan's style of clothing. Maybe that's normal. Maybe it's completely irrelevant to your form of work. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left and then right. Alright, let's kick some ass. What? Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. I'm not a fast typer, though. That's my Achilles heel in the tech world. I'm a pretty slow typer. Before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed. The click-clack of the keys running together like machine gun fire. I need to learn to type faster. I don't know if that's a thing you can learn, but meh. I don't really care to. I prefer to do it slow to be precise. But maybe the fast people have learned to be precise. I don't know. What? Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words. Didn't expect that, did you? Of course I didn't! What kind of job do you have? What are you? I'm employed at the moment. Unemployed. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit. What, because you gotta be a mother? I don't like that I know that. Thanks for the info and all, but part of me is like, that's cool, but the other part of me is like, eh? Lotus blinked. Then again, all the more reason for you to get in that kitchen and give me a sandwich. That's the part I just uploaded. Where was my sandwich? Huh? Oh, it was just something. She stopped typing for a moment, and her face fell. Probably some kind of big scandal. You're probably a hacker. This is not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Or maybe it's because she became a mother. That could be the other thing, because I know that she did. Lotus's fingers began to move again. I'm not sure if I'm not supposed to know that. Maybe that's a character development thing I'm supposed to find out, in which case, bad viewer, you should know better. But, please don't leave me, I like comments. Lotus's fingers began to move again. In a few seconds, she was back up to speed. As she typed more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. What are you doing now? I'm gonna try and brute force it. What? What? A brute force attack is... Well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version... Without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. Oh! You're trying 1111, 0111, 0001. You're trying all the possible codes is what that means. Yeah. A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher, she told him. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For complex cipher, it can take a very long time. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lotus explained that she was writing a program that would run just such an attack on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly. But, given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. I have a code here. We're not supposed to solve things through luck, unless this isn't luck-based. Wait, you went through this path through the other way, right? Did you do this in the other... You went through this door in the other pathway. Did you do this then, too? I don't know. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little odd. Oh, but back to where we were talking about earlier. What we were talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? What? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an additional problem for you. Alright? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. Isn't that strange? No, not really. Oh, come now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. Huh? You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? Someone made a program that calculates 1 plus 1, and you're using that program. The main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly. Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they decided that, they'll start examining the monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see. The color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Ah, I see. So this wire supplies power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes, just as I expected. Where this wire is cut, no result appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. But the truth is that, just like he said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly. Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? Nothing. Really. It's just, I thought maybe, what if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? Huh? Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting, so stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean the neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting out this part causes the function to cease. Okay. Therefore, human thought process must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like the monitor. Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought process actually occurs somewhere else, in a main body. That is twisted. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Until now, just like those cave people wouldn't know about the wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. Her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her. Sexism? I don't know. The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else? Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre, cultish religion. This sounds about as creepy as the lock socks comment that we got in the 7 door from Clover. So I'm wondering if we're still gonna get that or not. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. What? Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued. If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body, somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgot anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. I suppose that would explain aphis and blind sight too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. Oh, is that where you can't talk? Amphibabadabadu? I'm sorry, that's insulting. I don't know the actual term for it, I'm sorry. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with... Stop giving me big words. Prosopropaganda, that's what it looks like. Could be suffering from the same thing. Wait a minute. Prosopo, what? He knew what the mouth thing was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he never heard the word prosopropaganda before. What, you've never heard of prosopropaganda? I'm sorry, that's probably very insulting. What is it? Tell me, so I don't have to be insulting anymore. Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it? Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. Oh, interesting. In other words, my face would look like the same as Clover's, or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopropaganda have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things, their voices, their clothes, their hair. In a sense, they're kind of blind. Not completely, but, you know, in a way. Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, I don't think so. Whoa, what's with that face? You've seen monkeys like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same. Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. Hey, speak for yourself. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys. Eventually, but you or I couldn't. Unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. That's how people would be to someone with prosopopapupatupa. Oh, okay, that thing, huh? I apologize to anyone watching this who happens to have that, but if you had that and was actually watching this, that would be weird. Didn't even, then again, you might know someone who has it, so I'm sorry in that case. Didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. And, what were we talking about? The idea that your brain is just an output device like a monitor. And you seriously think about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. Half of it? What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting? Not funny. Yeah, she finds it funny. Lotus smiled. Something rather masochistic to it. Ugh. It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. You do that a lot. It was the first thing that came to mind. I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. You cracked it, didn't you? Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key. The program took only seconds to analyze the system, and it found the answer. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted. Holy balls! Was there a hint somewhere and you cracked the system? Did you have to go through door 8 or we'd be fucked? Like, what? Is my hint useless, or what? Or was my hint going to be what was used, or piece of cake? That's pretty hot. Then again, you're supposed to be in your 40s, so I should stop thinking that, but I can't help it. Your look is not 40s. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with 9 square. Okay, they're not going to be useless because I have the code. Can you crack that with a program, Lotus? Arranged in a 3x3 square. The hell is that? For once, that actual random talking didn't waste time. So many times we've had random talking moments where it's like, you know, we could be talking and walking or doing something useful, and it's kind of just wasting time. But this time it's not the case. This time there was an actual reason. They couldn't do anything. That's kind of funky. No idea. It looks like a puzzle. Suddenly Lotus stood up. Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computing stuff? Can't do anymore. It won't let me do any more programming. See, the keyboard... Nothing. So, there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei. What? Let me take a break, alright? I did my part. Kinda respect her a little more. He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself. From here on out, he told himself he'd rely on no one else. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. It's not good to rely on no one, but you need to realize at times you have to rely on yourself. Well, guess what? Even though I was stuck for 1,000,000 hours before this segment happened, I know what this answer is off the top of my head. Oh, that's no fair. This could have been a fun puzzle to do. And you got rid of the funness. I'm gonna... What would happen if I just pressed random orders? Like, this could have been fun. Why'd you have to... Yeah, it's another way to do it. Why'd you have to give me a way to open it? Cheater? I shouldn't have ever looked at that. Cheater? Alright. I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? A noise? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where'd it come from? Junpei, thank you so much for everything. Whoa, what's this all about? And also, I'm sorry I messed up. Hey, we can talk about this when we get you out, okay? Just hang on, Clover. I'm gonna get you out of here right away. Yay! I think this is the first time I've actually seen a genuine smile out of this chick. You know, I'm glad. As weird as it is, in situations like this, characters learn to bond more, because, like, if we, like, over in Seven's Pathway, sure, I kind of bonded with her because of the 4-leaf clover, but otherwise, she was being a total shutout bitch. But in this case, you know, because she was put in a dangerous situation, she got over it quickly. Does one of these open now? Control device for the electronic door lock. The red light is on. Control device for this electronic door lock. The red light is on. The door to the laboratory is locked up tight. It's not gonna open. So what unlocked? Okay, now I'm mad again. Let's ask a question of the day. Oh, that's what opened. What's your favorite superhero? I actually have a thing on my wall. It's a pop-out Spider-Man picture. That's not my favorite superhero though. My favorite superhero is undeniably the Batman. But yeah, let me know what your favorite superhero is if you have one. Maybe even what your favorite incarnation of that hero is. Mine, it's kind of hard to pick one, but one of the Batman animated series, not the one that everyone really thinks of, the one I think after the one everyone thinks of. I'm not sure what it's actually called, but it was Batman, but it wasn't the Batman like animated series. That's not what it was called. I liked Batman Beyond a lot too, but in fact that's kind of interesting. That was like the only Batman really with a different Batman that wasn't Bruce Wayne, right? At least the only big one. Anyways, I guess that's all there is. So yeah, let me know what your favorite superhero is, and if you can, be specific about the incarnation. Oh, the other one, whatever. Look, Junpei. The lights in the lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. A key! Something else too, right? 2 keys? There's more than 1 key in here. This one is small and it looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in a door on the A deck. Well, if that's the case, then we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now as for the other key. Activation key. What key is this? From the shape of it, I'd say it's not for a door. Probably some sort of device. Oh! What is it? I wonder, do you think maybe this is the activation key for that thing? 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 What's a thing? I don't know what a thing is. Has to be. I feel good about this. Ooh, you feel good. Orgasm. Alright, story segment. I can tell by the menu popping up. It's not just some random one-off conversation that they're having. It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. Clover? It was Clover. Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute? He put the puzzle aside for a moment and walked over to Clover. What's up? I wanted to ask you something. Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Yes, I believe I did. Did you hear him say, like, anything weird? Yes! I distinctly remembered him saying something weird. Actually, it was 7 that did the weird thing, right? He left the doors open. But, I kinda... Snake. Man. I think he said something weird. I think I remember it, but I don't remember what he said if he did say something weird. Meh. Why is she asking me this, Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snape had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course, she would have been worried about him. He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. However... Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything in particular. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it. Okay. Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away. You know what else Snake said? He could beat anyone in a fight. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if Snake, I mean, was he born... You're talking about his eyes? Yeah. No, he wasn't born blind. Oh, that's gotta suck. It's a lot easier to be born blind than to not be born blind, I think. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm Prosthetic arm. We're learning about this early. Yeah, I don't know if I just made a noise on my chair. I kind of patted it a little. Let me test if this picks up. I don't know. I'll have to check in editing. Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. We're fighting about this in advance this time. So what's that going to change with looking at his death? I don't know. The accident hurt, well, his fake death. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm. Kinda saw this coming. Not sure why it was such a big secret. Is that all you wanted to ask me? I'm sorry you had to bring it up. Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded. Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff. Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. She's a big girl now. She can handle it. Well, we had a story segment. I wonder what would happen if we got the 4-leaf clover and then we came into this door. Like, what would the crisscrossing of stuff be? I'm definitely going to look into that. But not right now. Maybe I'll do that on my 3rd playthrough. No, because on my 3rd playthrough I'm going into door 3 if I can. I don't know. My 4th playthrough then. Right, the key thing. Yes, quite. This key, the shape sure makes it seem like it goes into this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Okay, the monitor is on now. And it's full of letters. Yes, it is. And why am I talking in a higher pitched voice? I don't know. It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal sexual behavior. Okay. So, what's going on with that mannequin? Am I getting attached to this thing? Maybe I should give it a name. How about, oh my god, call it John and I will freak. Oh, the science boy. But, Junpei, this thing here is on now. Yeah, I thought so. That's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. Turn the dial here. Turn, turn, turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Man, maybe she missed something. Should ask her to look around the room again. Is there something in here, like... Science boy is lying on the table is for interest. Maybe if you increase the voltage? There's no way that's it. Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to the max voltage. Max voltage? Hey! Wait, Clover! Oh, shit. Oh, no. You gotta be kidding me! Another double-clicking segment? Okay, game? Game. Game? Game. Game? Real talk game? Don't do that. Do not make me double-click things for no reason when you could just progress the story within the one clicking. Okay? You get that? Don't do that to me anymore? Game developers in the past, fix that, please, thank you. Okay. Screw that. I think, wasting my fucking time, game. Holy shit! Oh my god! The mannequin's head! Holy shit! Sounds like a fire alarm. Cover your nose and mouth. Don't inhale the smoke. What the hell? Fire detective, fire detective! The emergency system will be activated. Is that Junpei saying that, or... No, it's not. Evacuate the room immediately. Did that open the door? That would be hilarious! Science boy's head is on fire. Science boy, no! You were my favorite mannequin! The hell is Science boy? Are you talking about the mannequin? Yes. Forget about the mannequin. Need to help Clover now. I guess. She's my second priority. I'm sorry. Oh, nice. Control device for the electronic door locked. Green light is on. Open. Junpei, look at the light. Yeah, it's green. Emergency system is activated and disable the lock. Clover, get your ass out here. Junpei. Come on, kid, jump. She's safe. Oh man, that's smoking some serious business. Kid? Really? She's not a kid. She's 18. Maybe you don't know that. Well, the only way to know that is to, actually look it up probably. Unless they mention the ages. I don't know. Like maybe there's a bio thing if you beat all the playthroughs or something. Yeah. Time to close the door again, I think. And you're only in college, so the age isn't that different. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Ah! Of course I'm not alright. The hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Oh, there's the scenariness. Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get the hell out of here. That fire's not going to stay in that room forever. Okay. That was an interesting way of escaping the room. I liked that. Aside from the fact that I had to double-click it. Bullshit. I had to do that a couple times in that segment. That was cool.